everybody, and welcome to the Fandom Flux Podcast, episode 131. I'm your host, Casey, and with me we have... Guy.
Well, you put... Oh, why are you putting me first? Hello. Yeah, hi.
Zero.
I'm in the middle, just like in my family. The middle child. Guy, then me, then Ken.
Okay. You're actually the baby of this particular family, but okay. And Kenchua.
Hi, I'm Kenchi618, and man, do I really want to bitch slap someone right now. I mean, with this cast on, it'd be fucking incredible to hit someone.
One kid, when I was young, I didn't know what Bloody Knuckles was, and this kid came up to me with a cast and said, "Hey, you want to play Bloody Knuckles?" And I was like, "Sure." And then, bam! Just like scraped like a bunch of skin off my knuckles. It's horrible.
And at that point, I would have kneed him in the stomach.
That probably would have been a good idea.
He was in a cast. I'm pretty sure he actually had a good reason for having it on. I don't. I just have it.
Okay. So, what the fuck are we doing? Guy, because apparently he doesn't like being put first for some reason.
Oh, God. Why?
Don't worry, I'm doing you a favor. It's good. It's all fine.
So, yeah, I've been doing stuff. Definitely a lot of stuff. Yeah, can I leave it there? Or do I have to say anything more?
If you want to be lame. Do you want to be lame, Guy?
Well, yeah, I've been busy with probably about 5 inboxes full of emails just after I went on holiday for 2 weeks. So yeah, work's been a bit all over the place, and what else has been happening? Oh yeah, I've been trying to go to the gym. I've been to the gym every day this week so far.
Hooray.
A good 45 minutes before I got bored.
Fair play.
And yeah, hey, for 45 minutes is alright.
Yeah, I
And
can't really comment, having not gone to the gym ever.
oh
so...
yeah, that's actually one thing I wanted to... what's your opinion on blind dates? Like, what happens if your mother would try to set you up on a date? To me, that's really, really weird.
Yeah.
My mom is threatening to do that to me.
Yeah, my mother just offered me it, and I just said no. And it's really, really creepy. I mean, what am I supposed to say? Hi, my mom thinks we would get along together. And she says that's unreasonable of me. Is that my fault or what?
That's her. You're not at fault. That's a really, really weird thing. It's weird.
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't know. Just go along with it, and when it's a train wreck, it was a train wreck.
You could go with it, and if it goes badly, hold it over her head forever.
My mom wants me to sign up at christianmingle.com.
Oh, Christ. That was not intentional, but yeah, okay.
Oh my god. Oh, poor...
Oh, God.
So,
I mean,
please just...
all of my vocabulary is religion-based. I can't do this. I can't make comments because,
So yeah, apparently there's a girl in my mum's office who she wants us to try and set up with me, and yeah, I've just said no basically, and we've had an argument about that.
My mom tried to set me up with a girl that was the daughter of one of her coworkers, and we were texting each other, and she was a cute girl, but then I got bored. And that's how that relationship ended. That never even started.
Okay, that was a you problem.
Yeah, that was a you problem.
Yeah, that's you.
Yeah, but I get bored. So if there's going to be a girl out there for me, she needs to be interesting and fun, and not boring.
Well, ladies, you heard him.
Yeah. He's a keeper.
Line on up.
I have a short attention span.
Yeah, the survival of this relationship will be based entirely on you, ladies. Huh? Doesn't that sound appealing? Huh?
It's empowering.
Yeah.
Well, as long as it was a girl that would have like a common interest with me, it would be fine. But like, you know, setting it up with somebody that's completely random that you've never met before, like that's usually always going to turn out bad.
Yeah. Oh.
Because you really have nothing to talk about.
But the problem, if I do it, I'm going to be talking to her about my mother. That's the only
See, that's the only common link you have.
And that's not an healthy thing to
Or,
start
you
a
know,
relationship on.
you could just talk to her like a normal human being that you're meeting for the first time and not bring up awkward shit like that.
Yeah. Or just front load it and say the only thing we have in common is that we both know my mother. So let's just put a pin in that and not talk about it, and let's find something else to talk about, huh? Cool.
I mean, that's just from someone that's
Yeah.
not socially awkward. That's just some advice that you might want to take one way or the other.
People like it when you talk about them and want to know more about them and their life. So do that.
So that's what I've been doing wrong. Yeah.
People hate it when you talk about yourself all the time.
Well, I've
Life
sorted
lessons
on that
from
one.
zero.
I've got no problem not talking about myself. I love not talking about myself. I'm fine, yeah.
Okay. So you start the conversation with, so what are you into? And she will talk for like 3 hours. And you'll be gone.
Yeah, basically. Yeah. Ask hobbies, maybe where she comes from. Does she have any siblings?
No, I just can't. It would, even if all goes on well, I'm still not going to enjoy it because my mum is just going to be completely insufferable about it. It's not going to be healthy no matter how it works out.
You're not wrong. I mean, if it works out, then she'll be smug about it and push it really, really hard.
And if it fails, then it just doesn't work out anyways. It's a lose-lose situation for me.
You need to you need to have some don't give a fuck in your system. If it fails, who gives a fuck? If it succeeds, oh, you're right, Mom, I still don't give a fuck. That's all you need.
That's the Kenshi way.
It really is. That's how I approach every day.
Yeah, that's how he doesn't pay his internet bills. Just gonna throw that out there.
I mean, you're not entirely wrong.
I'm not, no. I know I'm not wrong. Thank you. But yeah. Yeah. So you have to have a bit of don't give a fuck in you, apparently. Don't overdose on it like Kenshi does.
It's worked out for me so far.
Except for paying your internet bill.
It got paid eventually.
Anyway. Anything else, Guy?
Nah, I think that pretty much covers it.
Yeah?
Seriously, don't send me going first next time. It's weird. I'm not good at it. I don't like it.
All in favor of Guy going first every time, say aye.
Aye.
Cool. Okay. Motion carried.
It's the only way to get up his self-esteem.
Yep. I love this podcast. Anyway, so, Kenshi, you broke something again.
No, I didn't break it. I finally went to the doctor for the thing that had been broken. So basically at this point all they did was stick me in a cast, which I don't even need it at this point because it's not like I'm walking around slamming the back of my hand into brick walls and shit. I barely even touch it.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
I protect my injuries. When I'm hurt, I actually protect them.
Mm-hmm.
It's every other time when I'm ludicrously reckless with my body when I'm healthy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I have a cast now, and I was super pissed about getting the cast. So they're like, what color do you want it to be? And I was like, I want the most obnoxious color you've got, because if I have to deal with this, I want everyone else to have to deal with it too. So they gave me neon green.
Okay. Sounds good.
Does it glow in the dark?
No, it does not.
Oh.
But it's kind of dark in here right now, and this cast is the brightest fucking thing in this room. So I'll take it. So yeah, I have a cast on my hand now, and seeing as how I don't need it to actually protect the thing on me that's injured, because I basically have a club attached to my right hand now.
Yeah.
I'm like Hellboy. I have a stone right hand to punch things with. That's basically what this is.
You are not Ron Perlman, and you will never be Ron Perlman.
You made me sad inside.
Yeah. I made me sad inside. I wish you were Ron Perlman.
But yeah, I can't. It's really hard to type with this fucking thing. Like, it's ridiculously hard. Like, I can only use 2 fingers in this hand to type. Because I can't use all 4, because I need flexibility and movement to type. And my wrist is fixed, so that's always super fun when you're typing. Fixed straight.
I tend to only type with like 2 fingers anyway, so...
I type like
there's a way.
I type like an adult.
Yeah.
So
I type like a little kid.
Yeah, you do.
Let's see. Aside from my hand woes, I finished the first fan commission this week.
Yay!
For Korvac. Sorry it took so long, bro, but I had to read a fucking id to get where you wanted me to get so I could actually write it.
See, I saw id, and I tried to read it, and then I stopped. I don't remember why. I just didn't get it.
It's not bad. Not at all. But, yeah, it's long. Like, 184 chapters, I think. So, and that's when it apparently cut off because the publishing company, like, went bankrupt. So no more id.
I think as a light novel series, it's continuing on.
Oh.
Yeah, I remember it was very popular. I think I just got distracted while reading it and never actually went back to reading it.
Because as we all know, Stu has a short attention span.
I do!
I can't play video games with his hand either. I tried.
No.
I can't play anything. Like, I tried. I did okay playing Grand Theft Auto earlier. After I finally figured out how to use the shoulder buttons with my hand that can't flex.
Okay.
So that was a frustrating 2 hours.
I don't know. You can play some lightweight stuff. Like, I don't know. You could try Stardew Valley. That's a nice, easygoing game that's fun. Worth playing.
Play Yonder, a clicker.
Don't do that.
I'm going to ignore both those suggestions. And also, speaking of weights, I can't lift weights either, which really pisses me off. Because my hand is fixed in a motion where I can't grab things. I have no grip. So I can't hold weights in my hand. It sucks. Nor can I do push-ups.
True.
Or anything that involves my wrist at all, because, as I said before, it's fixed straight.
Do some Vegeta-style 2-finger push-ups.
That still requires me to bend my wrist.
It does, actually, yeah. He's not right.
So
you can figure it out. If you do it like the Vegeta style where you're standing up on 2 fingers and doing push-ups, then you're only bending your elbow. Unless you can bend your elbow.
No, you can't just bend your elbow. Then you just sort of end up falling sideways is what would happen then.
Well, I'm sorry. Anime just doesn't care about physics, and neither should you.
No, I mean, if you bend the elbow, then it would just turn your body sideways. You would have to bend the elbow and the wrist to go straight down.
Gosh darn it. Why are wrists so useful?
I know, right? They're great.
Actually,
you're not wrong. They are, like, one of the main support things we do. We have, like, 16 different types of wrist supports. It's kind of insane. Yeah. Anything else,
I miss
Ken?
my wrist.
Yeah.
No,
Cool.
not really. I'm good. That's all I got. Got this sweet cast and did some decent work this week. So.
Okay. 0?
Well, I finished finals. I'm done with school. I'm on summer break now.
Yay!
Finally.
Yay!
So basically what happened since last time was I locked myself in my room and studied and battled my way to the top.
With books.
And now I'm free. I'm free. I returned all, like, 10 of my books I'd rented. Because the English major requires you get a lot of books.
Or just look things up on the internet. That works too.
Renting is for losers. You own.
Yeah, but I need to have the physical copy and, like, it's cheaper and everything.
You should buy your books because after you graduate college, you're never going to buy another actual book again, and you want to have.
I bought my creative writing books, the books for my creative writing class. I bought those, so I have the art of the story right here in the Gotham Writers Workshop book.
Oh, so you can use them and refer to them and try to make yourself sound better than us when you bring up topics from them.
Well, so I could use them and read them to help myself get better at writing. Yeah. Sheesh.
I like mine better.
I'd just like to say that the idea of academic books still being that expensive when the internet exists is actually kind of fucking offensive to me.
Yeah. Well, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
But I have been. I went on a temporary Persona 5 craze to get to kind of during my breaks of studying and when I really didn't want to think about school, and I was just looking through you see the newest trailer for that? I think we might have talked about
Igor's voice is deep.
Oh yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is so deep. I actually kind of really like it. There's only two ways you can do that.
His old voice actor died, so they had to replace him.
Yeah.
For those that don't know.
But there's really only two ways you can go about that. Is you try to imitate the old one, or you go for a really cool new direction. And I prefer this one. As opposed to what they could have done, which is reusing the old voice actors' clips and giving Igor no new dialogue.
Which is what they did for the anime. That's what they did.
Yeah. So, yeah. At least there's this. The game looks really, really amazing.
It does look pretty cool. I really want to play it. And I have a PS4 now, so I can. Yay!
Yeah. And we got a release date on that. It's coming out in September to Japan. We don't know when it's coming to the U.S. Probably spring.
Probably the next year, yeah.
If we're lucky, we might get it in December. If we're lucky.
Yeah. And I'll have to import that because fuck you, Atlas, for not publishing anything in Europe ever. Arseholes.
Yeah. Well, at least I don't think the PS4 will have region locking.
I don't think it does. I've heard it does.
I think that's only a Nintendo thing.
They're
which
also
curse you,
assholes.
Nintendo, for region locking. Curse you.
Zero's being too nice. Fuck you, Nintendo. Just generally at this point.
So the game looks pretty amazing. They revealed pretty much all the characters, as far as we know.
Yeah.
I like all the designs. It's the biker chick whose persona is literally a motorcycle. She's also the student council president.
Somehow.
She's the student council president who probably her true self is a biker. She must have been like a biker or a delinquent in the past, which actually makes for a cool character.
Yeah.
Yeah, overall, the game looks good. You can see how there's a big jump from, dungeons that have been made versus dungeons that are generated. Like having pre-made dungeons rather than procedurally generated dungeons, there's a huge difference just in the quality of them and the things you can do with them. And the game's so stylish.
Yeah.
Like the UI, every single pause screen or like victory screen, just everything is just oozing style. Most stylish Persona game I think that's come out.
Which is saying something because the Persona games have pretty much largely been about style, at least as far as the UI is concerned.
Yeah. Persona 4 was stylish, but Persona 5 just kind of like takes it to the next level. Overall, game looks good, and it's I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, other than really just watching that trailer over and over again and getting the English subtitles so I can know that they're trying to apparently go against this huge organization, which is an interesting idea. Yeah, nothing much else really happened. I wish something did. Oh, yeah, no, nothing. I thought something happened, but I think that happened a couple weeks ago, so I already probably talked about it. All right. Okay, I'm done. Stop making noises. Why are you making all those yummy sounds?
Casey, your noises will get one cast down. One cast down from Kimchi. Instead of thumbs down, you get cast down. 'Cause I can't move my thumb. So it's cast down. Say words!
So, my week, I wrote a chapter. Yay! Casey wrote a chapter. It's like 1 in 4 times it'll happen in a year. So...
Yeah, I saw that.
Yay! Yay me! I wrote a thing. And redid pretty much every chapter before that one. I actually went back and edited all of my stuff for that story. So
I hate doing that.
It kind of sucks, but it's only like 30,000 words so far, so it's not so bad.
I've not been reading this story, but it seems pretty popular, I guess.
Yeah, I think this might have been the first major story that I write that I've updated since I turned on favorites and follows. I have like 6 pages of emails that are all just favorites and follows. That's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't updated my recent story in 2 months, and I just got a favorite and follow. Like, I got like 2 favorite and follows just this morning, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, also I'm getting more stuff from my other stories, so that must mean that people are seeing that story and moving on to the other stories, which is a cool thing that happens sometimes. It's very nice.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. I've been starting writing, but I haven't published anything yet. I've been just working on a few stories too. I opened your story because I was like, have I been reading this? And then I saw the first word was like Dumbledore don't know, and I'm like, no, I haven't been reading.
No, you
this.
haven't been reading that one. No. I'll actually make that concept worthwhile of that crossover eventually. I've not seen anyone do it well, so I would like to do that at some point, but I haven't gotten there yet because I write really slowly. It's been like 2 years since I updated this one, so yeah.
All right. Enough depressing stuff. Let's get to a more pressing question. Did you watch Avengers yet?
I did. Yeah, my controller broke on Friday when I was trying to finish off Dragon Age still, and I thought, well, it's only like 3 o'clock. Fuck it, let's see what the next screening of Avengers is. It was like 3:45. Okay, I'm not going to make that one, so I'll go the one after that. Went up to Hanley, forgot my debit card, so I couldn't actually buy a replacement controller, so that was dumb of me. But, yeah, went to see the film. It's a good film. Yeah.
It's a good film.
It's a good film. Best Spider-Man I've seen ever.
Yeah, exactly. He feels like Spider-Man, and like more so than any other that I've seen.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, for Spider-Man was a bit forced in it. He didn't really contribute. You could tell he was a later addition, but they did it fairly well.
Yeah. At the very least, it was a good advertisement for the new Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that
Did you
now.
stay for the after credit scene?
I couldn't. This is where the sucky part of this story comes in. So, that film finished at 9:25 at night because it was a late showing, and the buses stop at 9:15. So I had to go to the bus stop quickly. So I got to the bus stop at like 9:15. I'm like, okay, that's fine. I've got like half an hour. There should be a couple buses before the end of the night. So 9:15, the last bus rolls up. Just sort of stops there, waits for me to walk up to it, and drives off. I fucking hate buses. Oh my god. It is the worst thing in the world, is the bus service in this city. I hate it with every fibre of my being. I had been late to work for like all of last week because the buses didn't show up for 45 goddamn minutes. I hate the buses in this city. Ah!
I drive a car.
Fuck you.
I drive a car too.
Double fuck you because you know that I literally can't drive. Like, Guy can plead ignorance, but you're just kind of being a dick, Zero.
That's why I didn't say anything.
To be honest, I probably don't even remember that. In fact, I would say I don't remember that. Because again, I have the memory of a goldfish and the attention span of, I don't know, nothing.
Yeah,
You have
so...
the attention span of an excitable dachshund.
Anyway, so that sucked, and had to get a taxi home, which cost more money, which I was mad about, but whatever. But it was a good film, so worth it. Yay.
The after credits scenes, there were like 2 of them, and they were just basically advertisements for the Black Panther and Spider-Man movies.
Yeah, I think I saw the Black Panther one, because that was like a minute into the credits, and then the other one was after everything, so I wasn't going to wait for that.
Yeah, the Spider-Man one is just kind of nothing.
Yeah, the fucking ushers for the theater were like, there's another scene right while I was walking out. I was like, yeah, I've got to catch a bus. So, thanks, but no, I got to go. Nice of them.
It makes you think, if you weren't going to get the bus anyways, and you can take a taxi, it would have been better to just stay there.
It would have, but, you know.
But, you can't see the future.
I've made my thoughts clear on buses. Yeah, so... that happened. That was cool. The writing thing was also cool. I have a new controller, and it has like the purple light thingy in it, like the tubes in it that light up. That's cool. I like that. I have a purple controller. Yay.
Hey, I have a question, guys.
Shoot.
I have $50 on PlayStation Network, and I have no idea what to get. I don't want anything.
I don't know what $50 would buy you, but if you haven't played it, I would suggest Shadow Complex. It's a good game.
I'll see about it and see how much memory I have left. It's not much memory.
It's only like, it was an Xbox Live Arcade title about 6 or 7 years ago, but it was really, really good. It's basically like a Metroidvania game. In an underground complex or something. But it's cool. So, yeah. Look that one up. I should probably put that in the link dump as well. Anyway, can't think of anything else that you could get, to be honest with you, so that's all I got. I don't think did much else. I finally know when I'm losing my job, and that's going to be the end of next month, so that happened. There's not much more to say about that. That's pretty much it, I think. So, yeah. Alright, so the other thing that we have to do is the Random was the thing that we watched. All of us watched it this week. I'm very proud of us. Except for Slicer, who's not here, but, everyone else. Also, entirely not his fault, by the way. His boss decided that he wanted Slicer to work 20 hours straight, or was it... Oh, no, he's going to be working 20 hours... Oh, more than 20 hours in the next 2 days, so he didn't want to do it today.
Sorry, Slicer.
Yeah, that kind of sucks if it happens, though. Right, so Random A this week was Emma, a Victorian romance.
I think
Yeah, it wasn't bad. be
It
honest.
wasn't terrible, but apparently some people hated it.
I mean,
I'm not the target demographic for this type of thing.
definitely not. Like,
Well, we're not the target demographic, but for what it is, it's actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
It's
I
so
mean,
slow.
I would call it a chick anime, but that would be insulting to chicks because I'm pretty sure they would watch something better than that.
No. It's for those chicks who like the Victorian times.
Who should probably just be reading or watching an adaptation of Jane Eyre then, or some other
Read
thing.
Victorian literature. Don't turn it into an anime. It's all dialogue focused anyways. You don't need the visual element that much.
Yeah, also, it's got romance in the title, which makes sense because this is a very romanticized view of the Victorian period.
Yeah, you're not really... You can't really criticize it for that, though, can you?
I'm not
That's
criticizing
not
it.
the
I'm
focus
just
of it.
pointing it out that, you know, those people in like the market stalls and stuff should not be smiling. They should be miserable and shouting, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing thinking you're taking that bloody apple? The fuck you think you are?" Or something along those lines. Not just
And
smiling.
people should be dropping their poop from the
Apples
top.
here, get your fresh apples. That doesn't happen.
People should be throwing out their wash basins and everything from the higher up floors.
Yeah.
Gross.
Also, I don't think it's quite sure what time period it takes place in because the guy has an airplane.
He was meant to be an inventor, though, wasn't he?
I think he just liked collecting weird things, like devices.
Well, that shit's not Victorian then, because that would have been after 1903.
Yeah. Well, it was only a little tiny model one, so you could argue it would have been like earlier, maybe. But still, Queen Victoria died in 1901.
Yeah. It kind of...
So either this is like in the last 10 days of the Victorian period, or they might have got their schedule mixed up a little bit.
Listen, it's Japanese
Well, maybe
people
they
trying
just-
to go through British history. They don't
Yeah.
know. They don't care either, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think you're not wrong. Okay.
I don't think anything about it was actually meant to be history focused. It was all just the characters and the setting. You can't really criticize it on that one.
Yeah,
seems a
it's
bit,
all about the little maid girl and the knob who's trying to buy her affections, apparently, is pretty much the message I got from the first episode.
I didn't really buy that romance that much, just from what I saw. It's more like, oh yeah, she looks cute. And oh yeah, he looks rich.
Yeah, I mean, there was a moment that there was something genuine about it, which was when he figures out that she has more eyesight problems than her glasses are fixing. So he suggests buying some new ones, which is a thoughtful thing to offer. It's still buying her affections, but, you know, it's a thoughtful gesture, which was nice. And then she says no, and he says, "Let me buy you something else. I'll buy you something else." And it kind of just fell apart from there. Yeah.
I wish someone tried to buy my affections.
Yeah, I'd be okay with that too.
Didn't somebody already do that?
Yeah, they did. They bought you a PS3.
They bought you your PS3.
PS4, actually.
PS4, yeah. They bought you games too.
A game. But yes,
Oh,
that
only
was
one?
what
I'm
happened.
sorry. We shouldn't really play this up more than... Yeah.
Listen, I can't help it if Kenshi 618 is a lovable person that people want to shower with gifts and affection. It's just...
Don't complain about people not buying you not buying your love.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
So, Ken, do you want to thank your sugar daddy personally on the podcast right now, publicly?
I already have repeatedly on multiple occasions. I'm not going to do it just so you can get your laughs. I'm not that kind of girl.
Yeah, so this was okay for what it was. A little bit, I mean, again,
I don't.
if you take the setting into account, the quote-unquote romance of him buying her affections does make sense. But, it's not for us, obviously.
Yeah. I don't like this setting because this setting is what I always read about in school and I get really bored really quickly.
You read about the 1800s in school? Oh, wait, yeah, that whole Bill of Rights thing. Yeah, that makes sense. That's not a thing we study in this country.
Ugh, America. Also, I'm in a literature classes where I read old literature. So, yeah. Yay.
Yeah. Did anything interesting happen in this country in the 1800s? I'm asking Guy because neither of you fuckers will know.
I might know.
It wasn't that when electricity was invented?
Maybe? No.
When I say the first circuits, when you had the first electric house up north, didn't you?
Maybe. I don't actually know.
How far in the 1800s are we talking about? How far back?
Sorry?
How far back in the 1800s are we talking about?
Like anything in the 1800s, because I can't think of anything significant that actually happened here.
You whooped Napoleon's ass.
We never studied that in school, actually. I didn't, anyway.
Was Napoleon there?
I think that was early 1800s.
Yeah, it's 1815.
I was also thinking that's more 1700s, isn't it? He died 1820. All of his campaigns were in the 1700s.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the History Cast.
You are
it's topical.
Wrong, guy. Extremely wrong. Extremely wrong.
He was born 1769. It was like... okay, no, well maybe I'm...
I like that he's looking it up and correcting himself as he's going along. Okay.
Yes.
Anyway.
In
let's move on.
1859, Richard C. Carrington and Hodgson independently made the first observation of a solar flare. Yeah. That's what you got.
Solar flare?
So a solar flare, huh? So was it Tien or was it...
I think it was Krillin.
Well, I bet it was Yamcha.
Yamcha doesn't even use solar flare, that's why he gets killed all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, obvious jokes aside. So that was Emma, a Victorian romance. It's what it is. We can't really knock it that much for being what it is. I mean, the production values were decent. It looked nice. Yeah, that's about all I got for it. All right.
Yeah, I might have enjoyed it more if I had lady parts, but I don't.
So, Ken, 27.
Yeah, we got... 26.
26. Okay, so that's a Y. Ooh, we might get Yu Yu Hakusho.
We might get Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, Christ.
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah, there's a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh here.
Give me Yu-Gi-Oh in space. Yu-Gi-Oh on motorcycles.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Remember when Yu-Gi-Oh made a show about a card game academy?
Remember when Yu-Gi-Oh wasn't even supposed to be about cards in the first place, it's just about games in general?
So that's 82. 82, Ken.
Alright, then. One moment, let me readjust my thingamajig. And we get 76. It's probably definitely going to be Yu-Gi-Oh! Maybe.
80, 79, 78, 77, 76 is Yurumate's 3D OVA. So, Yurumate's 3D, whatever that is.
What?
Damn it!
Or is it Yurumates? I don't know.
I don't know.
Quote, the plot summary. Yurume, an 18-year-old Ronin and recent high school graduate, has high hopes of being accepted and attending Tokyo University. Is this Sekirei?
No.
Anyway, she moves into an apartment. Oh, it's a girl. She moves into an apartment complex, the Maison du Wish, located on the outskirts of Tokyo, where other Ronins living there are studying for upcoming college acceptance exams. It's another slice of life one. Yeah.
God damn it.
Can
Can someone else do these things besides me?
I went to the Udomates 3D OVA, and it's like 3 minutes long.
Let's watch that.
That's cheating.
But, can someone else like do these random number generators besides me? Because I'm just pitching up crap.
Alright, I'll do it. I guess.
Okay. I know I bring this up every week, but Ken, didn't you do Gokusen?
I think so.
Okay.
That was weeks ago, motherfucker. This is...
By law of averages, how many shit anime are on this site and how many good ones are on it?
Yeah, but my luck should be better than that. I should... We're not talking about you here. We're talking about me.
Is the max number we're looking for 86 or 82?
82.
Alright, I'll generate a number.
We'll see what we would have gotten. Let's
9.
see what we would have won. Number 9. 2, 3, 4... So that would be Yama no Susume OVA. So Yama no Susume is a comedy slice of life. Good job, Zero. So we will fuck out of the way.
Slice of... Encouragement of guild.
Fine, I guess I gotta watch.
So can you give the link for that?
I could if I hadn't just closed the page. Hang on. Oh,
Udomates 3D OVA is 3 minutes long, though.
I know, which is why we're not watching it.
Then what are we doing?
We're watching the actual one.
Mm-hmm.
Your Mates 3D.
That was the rule. If it's a sequel, then we watch the original. Usually.
But episode 1 is 3 minutes long.
It is?
It is?
Yeah.
Awesome!
Well, what are you complaining about then? There you go.
I'm not complaining now. This is much better.
Is it actually 3 minutes long? It's actually 3 minutes long? Okay.
It is.
Fair play then. Actually, no, you're right. That seems like cheating to watch that when it's only 3 minutes long. That's not an anime. That's...
Fuck, fine. Are we doing this again? Fine, we'll do it again.
Roll it again, Ken.
Okay, come on. I'll take Yu-Gi-Oh! At this point. I don't give a fuck. Give me, 18!
18. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So... Oh, Christ. Okay.
That doesn't
So,
sound good at all.
we will be watching Yawara, Sore Yuke Koshnuke Kiss.
Oh no.
Quoting the
I don't
plot
know what
summary,
this is.
Yawara helps a group of timid grade school kids overcome their fears and compete in a judo competition.
Is this a movie?
TV series. One of the kids is Hanazono's cousin, which is how she meets them. Another is a girl who seems a lot like Yawara. Who the fuck is Hanazono?
This is a movie, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure.
there's only one episode there. It's a movie.
You sure? I'll double check. It might be that there's only one episode up or something. So, and it's not even coming up.
It's from 1992.
Yep, it's not even coming up. So, yeah. Reroll again.
Okay. Totally cool with that.
Wait.
Alright. This time, it's 28. For the love of God, please have it be something that doesn't suck or that actually works.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it is Yoru no Yatterman.
No whammies, no whammies.
I know about this one.
It is an adventure series. Oh, that's a hell of a plot summary. Okay, bear with me. New Yatterman series to commemorate the 40th anniversary of Tatsunoko's Time Bokan series. A girl is looking at a remote island on the ocean named the Yatta Kingdom, a country that is said to be ruled by the hero Yatterman. The girl wants to ask the Yattermans for some help to cure her sick mother and decides to venture to the kingdom. She gets kicked out from the kingdom, though, and her mother dies without receiving any help. it's probably some adventure to find something or something. Who cares? So, that's the thing that we're going to be watching.
I'll take it. I don't know what to expect, but I'll take it.
Neither do I, but there's a skull on the title image, so...
I mean, skulls always mean something interesting might happen.
It's basically like a relaunch of a very old series that was very cartoony.
I'm going to rephrase. There is a skull in space.
I mean, reboots always do well. So this should be good.
Well, it's not a reboot. It's more like just a new series, I guess. A continuation from a series that was from a long time ago, I think.
Well, let's see. Is there a Yatterman series on here?
If
there is, then we're going to have to do that instead.
Is Yoru the Yatterman?
No, there isn't. So, yeah, we're going to have to watch this.
No, there is. There's a Yatterman series. It was from 1977 to 1979, 108 episodes.
It ain't on here.
Is there a watchable link that you have for Zero? Because otherwise we can't do it.
I will find you one.
Yeah, you can watch it on YouTube and subbed.
We want the original, the old 1977 one.
Christ, it's from 1977.
Yeah. Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Oh, yep. Here it is.
Damn it, can we just watch this one for fuck's sake?
No, let's watch the other one, yeah.
We gotta watch the oldest one.
It's a new series. Let's watch the newest one.
The oldest. Look at that.
I'm not watching it.
Oh, come on. Okay. I have a confession to make. I have never watched any quote-unquote classic anime, ever. Like, none of the older stuff.
You never watched Speed Racer?
Is that an anime, or I thought that was a cartoon?
It's an anime.
Oh.
Yeah.
Then no, I haven't watched that. So I'm okay with trying something really, really old to see what the major difference is, aside from everything being hand-drawn rather than some things occasionally being hand-drawn.
I want to hit someone with my cast right now.
It's not a continuation, is it? It's just...
It's the other one is there's like a it's like a many years later type thing with new characters and way better animation.
Let's watch the new one. Yeah. Oh.
Okay, everyone's being a bitch. So we're watching both. Congratulations, motherfuckers! You're idiots.
God damn it!
Have I mentioned that next week is the one which I won't be present on? Just
Thanks for doubling my homework, Teach. Really appreciate that. Fucking bullshit.
Okay.
This is some really top level opening music.
Oh wait, I can't watch it because I've got the capture. So I can't do that.
Yatta, man. It's great.
Okay.
Well, I'm happy that you're happy.
All right. So that's the random A for next week. So next topic, I guess, is I don't know what I'm doing.
Constructive criticism.
Yeah, constructive criticism is the thing that we're doing this week. This
All
first
right,
topic.
Guy, unleash the beast.
Guy's mad.
Am I? I don't get mad.
Apparently.
Don't be silly.
Well, you suggested 2 topics this week. One was constructive criticism and another... Sorry, 3 topics. One was constructive criticism. Another was dealing with annoying people who, you know, constantly get on your case. And another one was dealing with people that keep pestering you to update. So, yeah, I think you're a little maddened there, bro.
No, I don't get mad. I'm just calm. I'm like the Jedi Master. I don't get mad.
You're like a leaf on the wind.
Exactly, yeah.
Flailing angrily wherever you're pushed. Yeah, like a leaf in the wind.
So yeah, I forgot what I was going to say now.
Constructive criticism.
Okay. So yeah, basically, what defines constructive criticism, which is actually a really hard thing when you get down to it. So one of the ideas that people have when they're trying to be constructive is, do they pick faults like sin must sin style? Do you get just constantly all of the little details, and do you say that is that constructive criticism? It's the question that came up. Really?
This is wrong, you need to fix it.
Mm-hmm. But
if it's a complicated thing, it also needs to be, this is wrong, you need to fix it, here's an idea how. But if it's a basic thing like, you made an error here, then saying this is an error, you need to fix it, is constructive criticism.
But isn't there
it's
the
also
difference
proofreading.
Isn't there the difference between you getting into constructive criticism and nitpicks? How do you draw the line between them?
When the thing they're criticizing doesn't matter.
But
when they're criticizing something, and even if you change it and quote unquote fix it, it won't actually make it better. It'll just make it different and more appealing to that person's tastes.
With a lot of amateur writers, and this is just for those who want to go out and give constructive criticism, a lot of people don't necessarily have thick skin, so if you try to deliver just straight up constructive criticism, they'll feel like really offended, or they'll get upset. And one of the ways you can really deal with that is start out with maybe a compliment or praise for one aspect of their work you liked. Let them know that you're doing this not because you hate the work, but because you like it and you want it to become better.
You see, I'd say it can only be constructive criticism if you offer a way how it can get better. If there's actually a way you can improve. And then if you could say constructive, like, you can always go through a story and pick out flaws in it. There's always going to be that's sin must sin proofs. Even the best stories, if you want to get that state of mind, you're going to find flaws to pick on it. So then it gets into the point is, how can you say whether or not these flaws matter?
If it's a flaw you can fix, and if it's a flaw you know how to fix, that's perfectly fine. That's constructive criticism. But you also have to consider the fact that sometimes people will find flaws and they don't know necessarily how to fix them. So then where does that fall?
To me, I would say that's not constructive criticism. That's getting into nitpicking.
No, I'd still say it's an attempt at constructive criticism. How successful it is depends on whether the author can actually do anything about it. If the author can't, then yeah, it's not really useful. It's just a negative comment. But if the author or someone else has an idea for how to improve based on removing or trying to iron out that flaw, then yes, it's constructive.
Silence.
No, I'm just thinking about it. Give someone else a chance to talk.
Well, for me, I had to give a lot of constructive criticism to some of my peers when I went through my creative writing class. And again, it really is one of the major aspects is if you're giving constructive criticism, that means you're trying to help them build their story better. It's constructive. So you need to not just only identify the problem, but identify possible ways to fix it. It doesn't matter if those ways are necessarily ways that the author can do, because the author knows a lot more than you about their story. But as long as you are making an attempt to suggest alternatives, I feel like that's constructive.
Yeah, so I would say that
I can halfway agree with that.
The big difference here is that whether you're breaking down a story or whether you're trying to build it up. If you're trying to build it up and you're offering good advice and you're saying, yes, let's make this better, then that's good constructive criticism. But then if you're solely picking faults and trying to break down the story, then no, that's not constructive criticism at all, is it?
Kenshi, you've received a lot of criticism. What do you have to say about this?
Well, to me, it's kind of subjective on what's constructive criticism or not.
Yeah,
Like,
but it is. It's a lot of it.
Like, what some people tell you, or what some people would say to one person about one story, might not work for them the way it would work for someone else. Just because they tell you, hey, you're doing this, this, and this, well, sometimes that's just the way that person wants to write it. So telling them it's wrong, especially if it's something like, trying to think of an example.
Okay, tell you what. I think I've brought this up a few times, but I got a review ages and ages ago that was basically shitting all over my story. It was like a series of 5 different reviews, and he reviewed every chapter, and it was just complaining basically about the same thing for every single one. But on the 5th one, he actually made points. It wasn't necessarily suggestions for improvement, just argued the things that he thought were wrong in a way that I kind of agreed with a little bit. And it got me to think of things in a different way. So, yes, just constantly picking faults can be a detriment to the actual writing process, but if it also gets the writer to actually think about things in a new and interesting way, then sometimes it can be worth it.
But then the risk is if he hadn't ever done that one good thing, and if he was just repeating himself on all the bad things, that's not constructive in any sense of form. It's the definition of insanity, repeating yourself and not achieving any results.
Thanks, Voss.
Yeah, you didn't need to add that bit at the end there, but, whatever.
I'm sorry, I missed that reference.
Aw.
Hmm?
You didn't play Far Cry 3.
No, I've never. Should I feel bad about that?
Kinda.
At the very least, you should watch that trailer, because that's pretty much the only particularly high point of the game. They ruined that a little bit. That would have been an incredible moment in that game if they hadn't had it in the first trailer for the game.
I know.
Anyway, I totally interrupted Kenshi because I was helping him make the point that he was trying to make.
I was still trying to think of an example for basically what I said, like something you tell someone trying to criticize something that you see in the work, but you see in a few works that you point out might work for one particular author in a particular story, but not so much in another.
So, Guy, if I were to say I'm reading a story and it is filled with gratuitous Japanese, like every 6th word is in Japanese for no adequately explained reason, and I tell the author, please stop doing this, it never works, it always looks terrible, you are writing a story in English, write it in English. Is that constructive criticism?
Yeah, okay. I would say yes. That's if you give yeah.
All I did was pick it to negative. I just kept picking it a negative.
No, but you can.
You also said please write it in English.
You can also validate.
That's skirting the line a little bit.
And you said it doesn't work. You explained why.
Yeah, but at the end that was constructive, but you're also giving your own opinion. Now, if you're the author were to look at it and say, yes, okay, I disagree with this, then that's pretty much where it ends on that one. You can't really argue it any more than this is my opinion, that it should be better. That it would be better this way. Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. I think you're skirting it a little bit there, and you kind of trying to have it both ways. I mean, just because they didn't try to sugarcoat it or, make the required pleasantries about what they think of your story. Oh, you did a good job. doesn't mean they aren't trying to help you and make the story better.
Let's think about.
Well, what I said about adding in the small amount of praise in the beginning was to mainly soften the blow. It's mainly a nicety. You don't have to do it, but it's a nice thing to do so that they can actually have a better chance of them actually listening to you. Because a lot of people will just see, oh, bad stuff. I don't want to look at it.
Okay, let's think of an example here. So let's say if you had a scene where you're describing it and then somebody focuses on one object that's right in the background and it doesn't really affect the story in any way except for the argument that it breaks my suspension of disbelief. What would you say to that then? Is that constructive or not?
I'm a little confused by the scenario. Are you saying that they're describing this item in the background for no adequately explained reason, or are you saying the character focuses on this item in the background?
No, the character doesn't focus on it, and that's why it comes into the argument of this breaks my suspension of disbelief, because the character never focused on it, and it was just in the background. But it doesn't affect the story in any way. Is that constructive?
I'd say yes.
But I would say there's no real way of getting rid of that problem, because you can't have a character focusing on something that's not going to be part of the story. It's just there.
I'm apparently still confused by the scenario. You're saying
He's talking about you're describing a scene, like setting the scene for a chapter. And while you're describing the scene, you bring attention, and while you're describing the scene, you bring attention to this thing in the background. Like there's this gigantic statue of a death god or something, and you go into links describing what it looks like, but it doesn't really mean anything. Like you don't even talk about it. Your characters don't even look at it, don't mention it, don't do anything with it. It's just there in the background. And wasted like a paragraph or two describing it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I'd still consider that an attempt at constructive criticism. I care more about intention than I do about what actually comes out of it.
Yeah. To me, saying an attempt at constructive criticism is essentially a failure at constructive criticism. And then when you're proceeding in that in an aggressive way, isn't that just not constructive at all, basically?
Well, if you pursue most things in an aggressive way, then they tend not to be constructive either way.
Like I said, sometimes things like that will work for some people that are taking the advice, criticism, whatever you want to call it. Some cases they won't.
Yeah. I mean, either way, on both sides, getting all amped up and, wound up about it helps absolutely nobody. If you are the person that is giving criticism, don't hassle the author about it. If you don't like it, say so. Give your opinion, fine. If you're the author, if you're receiving criticism, listen to what they have to say. Either follow their advice, listen to what they're saying, or don't. Up to you. Either way, don't get into an argument over it, because it's not going to help anyone. You're not going to convince anyone by shouting at them, figuratively speaking.
Yeah, which is probably one of the big disadvantages of a place like Space Battles, actually.
Yeah. It more often than not becomes a shouting match, and it's not fun. Again, figuratively speaking.
I guess part of the problem it comes down into like whether you're focusing on the drama or whether you're focusing on the details. So that's
a fun topic that we need to do again.
Have you done that one before?
I think so. A while ago, I brought it up because it was a thing from James Young that he was doing at the time.
Whether you view some people get hung up on the details while other people can pass them over for the drama, and if the problem is a lot of that comes down to just subjective. whether your
Which
point
one's
of
more
view
important to you? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically, to put it in very simple terms, it's Star Wars versus Star Trek.
Mhm.
Star Wars does not give a crap about details. It just wants to tell the story and get the emotional points through, so that it makes the audience feel things. Whereas Star Trek is very focused on the details and tells a story that way by having the details build up to something that's bigger than just the details. Like, you get the story from all of the context that you get from all of those details.
Mhm.
And that way you can get it. You can, if it's done very, very well, you can get a deeper story out of that than you would from just a drama-first story.
Yeah, there's pros and disadvantages to both ones, but
There are.
yeah, I mean, with Star Trek, you've got to put a lot more effort into a lot more words into it. It takes longer to build up. It's a slower start,
And
there's always the
it's
big
a
risk that
big
you're going to
problem
lose
that
a
you're
lot
going to
of.
mess it up and you're going to contradict yourself and contradict the details, which can tear the whole thing down quickly.
And then if you're focusing on Star Wars, then it's easier in one sense, and it's like a faster way of doing it, but it's also putting the more shallow one, which a lot of people can object to.
Yes.
Mhm.
I love
But
this
the
argument, by the way. It's a very fun argument as to which is better.
I wouldn't say anyone's better, just different writing styles.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problem comes when you're trying to judge one on the other, or when one person has a different view on the other. And in that case, that becomes a hard argument, actually.
Yeah.
And sometimes what's constructed to one version is not going to be constructed to the other.
Yeah, like, as you say, someone complaining about all of the nitty-gritty details in a drama-first story doesn't really help any. That's not really the idea behind the story. That's not the focus in any way, shape, or form. So, Anyway, anything else to say for constructive criticism?
Yeah, I think that's a fairly good discussion.
Okay, so that one was kind of heavy. So we're going to lighten things up a little bit. Apparently, this was not intentional, but this is the next topic anyway. Big fucking swords. Thanks, Ken.
You're welcome. Alright, so everyone knows what the big fucking sword is. An unrealistically big-ass sword that's just there for no... Why is it so large? Most of the time, there's no advantage to it being so big. It doesn't cut through other swords. It's not heavy enough to destroy things on its own. It's just unnecessarily big for the sake of bigness. And yet they're awesome. Why are big fucking swords so awesome and so prevalent?
Who's going to make the overcompensation joke first? Who's going to do this one?
I am very comfortable with the size of my penis. I want that out front on this, okay? But I like big swords.
Everyone does. Why?
It's a man's romance.
Oh. God damn it, I read too much One Piece fics.
Examples of big swords includes the Dragon Slayer from Berserk, Zabuza's sword from Naruto, whose name I can't remember the name of that sword.
Kubikiri Bocho.
Yeah, that.
Why do I know that?
Because you better know it.
Soul Edge and Soul Calibur. Big, humongous swords.
The Buster
Great
Sword
power.
and every other sword Cloud Strife has ever used.
Yep.
Ichigo's sword. Ichigo's
Mhm.
Zanpakuto.
In fact, most of the swords in Bleach, really.
There's some small ones.
Nothing says how strong your character is than the size of their sword. Because you need strength to wield a big, humongous sword. So, therefore, by wielding it, they are powerful and more awesome than everybody else.
Yeah. Well, it depends on your measurement of strength in the setting. I mean, sorry, voice is going a bit. It's allergy season, yay. It depends on the setting. Like, by the end of Bleach, the giant ass sword that Ichigo carries it probably weighs about the size of the weight of a toothpick to him by that point.
Yeah.
It's just like he doesn't even register that weight anymore.
But the fact that but it's what it symbolizes is that this character is powerful. Most of the time. In fact, yeah. Freaking Nightmare in Soul Calibur with his humongous soul edge sword, he's powerful. Zabuza for the time was pretty powerful. Guts from Berserk is really powerful. Big swords are cool.
Every sword in the Great Sword class from Dark Souls 1 through 3 is a cheater's weapon because they're bullshit.
Moonlight Greatsword.
That too. Hell, they made a separate category of great swords in Dark Souls. The Ultra Great Swords.
When the normal great sword ain't big enough for you.
Because there were so many super big great swords that they had to make a category for it.
Yeah, I was really expecting more penis strokes.
Well, we all don't go to the gutter like you do.
I made one. I filled my quota.
We're a high-minded society here.
I mean, if you want penis jokes, make them yourself, guy. We're not all gutter mouths and gutter. Get some courage and make your own penis jokes.
Yeah,
Forge
grow
your
a
own
pair.
penis jokes.
Get it? Because the balls and they're attached to a penis.
Thank you so much for the explanation there. I really need it.
We have fun on the Fandom Flux podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
So, if you want to have a character appear that looks super powerful, give them a big weapon. It doesn't even have to be a sword. Give them a bow the size of a car. Give them a spear that's like longer than 3 people tall, sitting on top of each other's heads.
Okay.
Big weapons make everybody look powerful.
Here's an interesting thing. I see a guy wielding an 8-foot spear or something like that, or like a bow that's like twice as tall as he is. I would never think that guy's a chump. But I see a guy wielding a 8-foot sword. I think, are they going to subvert the trope of him being like super strong because he has a big sword? Like, I don't think you could do the subversion if it was anything other than a sword.
Like, swords, like a big sword like that, that's like pure metal. That's really hard to swing because it's really heavy. Like even if you try to lighten out the weight by hollowing it a bit on the inside, making it more porous, and doing whatever sort of blacksmithing techniques it's still going to be really heavy. I know this because there's a sword on my wall, and this isn't even a big sword, and it's heavy. It's like a solid slab of like stainless steel. So swords are heavy.
Yeah, but you get into like, the not quite fantasy settings, and you see a guy that's wielding, let's call it a 3-handed sword, for, expedience sake, and, he goes down in one hit, because that's subverting the trope. He has a super big sword, so he must be really powerful, and then he goes down like a chump.
Yeah, because swords are heavy, and if you don't know how to use a big sword properly, you're going to go down like a chump.
Yeah, but I don't think you could do that quite the same way with a spear or a bow or maybe an axe. But
like
for
the bow, for the bow, I think Dragon Slayer Great Bow, which is humongous. You just stick it into the ground.
Yeah,
and like you're launching spears.
Like that sort of thing. you see someone using a weapon like that, you think, okay, that guy knows how to use it. There's no chance they're trying to mess with my expectations or anything. This guy is the real deal, is my thinking.
Yeah. It's just because everybody likes big swords, so the chances of somebody having a big sword and knowing how to use
I'm going to assume that the chances of someone knowing how to use it are slim or less or something, is what he was going to say.
Is he gone?
He's still here, but I think he's muted his mic because someone knocked on the door.
Are we waiting for him? Or
Yeah,
we just...
my grandpa was knocking on my door.
Oh, I was about to call for you, Joshua.
Alright. That's not gonna, that's still not a good, you need to be more creative, man.
It'll totally work. Tell him, Joshua.
Yeah, that's my middle name. You can't really use that one. I don't mind.
Okay. Okay, and it sticks. Okay, so the next topic is... That makes me sound like Jay Sean. I'm not happy about that.
K-Swap.
So the next topic is... Like I say, Guy came with 3 topics for this one. So, dealing with pestering readers. Readers who really, really, really want you to update your story.
As I tend to ignore this, I'm just gonna back off and I'll let you guys talk.
Ignoring it is a perfectly reasonable way to handle the situation.
It is the smart way to handle the
If
situation.
somebody says,
really.
hey, are you ever gonna update this? No. Or maybe. But I typically tend to ignore it if it's just like update. I'm like, thanks for the reviews, I guess.
Oh, alright, so what if it's not one person doing it, but what if it's a group of people doing it all independently and just pestering you from you? This doesn't come from
Ignore
Space
them?
Battles, by the way.
Ignore
This is just
them,
fan
and
fiction.
if
Yeah.
that fails, block them.
Yeah.
You can
I'll
do that.
ignore 'em.
But yeah, like what if they're nice guys and they're trying to make a conversation with you, but they're also pestering you?
I'll make
Okay.
conversation with them. I'll say, hey, how you doing? I'm doing good. Life's doing pretty well. I'm not going to update it. And if they ask again after that, I'm not going to respond.
Yeah, I'm pretty much with Zero on this one. If they ask again, don't respond, and if they ask again after that, then you tell them, if you keep pestering me about this, I'm going to block you. And then if they do it again, block them. It is not okay to bug people that much.
Yeah, I guess this was a short topic.
It was, yeah.
You are the only one in flux
why did
about
you-
this topic.
I get it, cause the channel and the podcast.
I
it's-
tried to think of another word I tried to think of a synonym and I couldn't, so I just said it.
Yeah, yay. Kendrick just made my month. Okay. It's that and everyone really laughing way too hard at my explanation of the balls at the penis joke.
It was the last bit you added at the end that just kind of got me.
Okay. So that was that topic. That's pretty much done. So I guess we're moving on to... Did we have any questions?
I don't know.
Somebody check. We have any questions?
God, we're
Let
so
me
prepared here, aren't we?
see. Let me see. Reach into the old Rolodex and see what we got.
Business cards. That's strange. I didn't think I would find questions here for some reason. Any questions, Ken? In the Rolodex for some reason?
Don't see none. I see no questions.
There's a comment at least.
There's comments, but there's no questions.
Nobody really is curious about life and its wonderful mysteries.
And its complexities.
If you want complexities, don't listen to this podcast. It's really not a good place for it.
Is there a way I can dump Guy from the call? I don't know whether I can do that in this.
Pretty sure it is.
I can mute him. Oh,
Well, if you mute him, no one else can hear him, so I guess that works.
Well, if you mute him, it might just mute him for you.
Yeah, but that's all
that's
he needs.
fine because I'm recording. And then we could have nice guy saying, "Tell Casey to shut the hell up," or something along those lines, and then you would have to tell me to shut up, and it's a big sitcom gag or something. Yay! So no questions, basically.
Nope.
No.
Oh, Ghost said, "What's next, Gaishwa?" Yeah, that happened.
Yeah, that happened.
It's still not.
Apparently he likes
you
it, so that's
realise
fine.
that.
You know.
No, I just don't really care enough to argue. So.
Which is why he likes it. See? That means likes it in my vocabulary. See, Zero's mad because you tacitly encouraged me, so I think he's in the right on this one. But, you know, consequences are yours to bear, Gaishwa. So recommendations.
I don't have anything.
You got nothing?
I've been studying, so...
Ooh, I got one.
Go,
Alright.
Kenji. I need to find mine.
Okay. It's a manga called Golden Kamui.
Golden Kamui. I assume like the deity, yes?
Yeah, like Kamui.
Yeah.
If your spelling was on. Oh, so basically, it's like 1905 or something. Just after the Russo-Japanese War. You know, so there's a soldier who's basically looking for gold. You know, apparently there's gold in Hokkaido or something up far north, and he ain't finding shit. But he hears about this urban legend about some dude who killed a bunch of members of a tribe in Japan and stole their gold and hid it and then went to prison and tattooed the coordinates of his gold on a bunch of prisoners who then escaped at some point.
This sounds rather like the plot of Uncharted 4.
Really?
A little bit.
Well, anyway, I don't know about that, but it basically turns into him and this little girl from the tribe in a search for this gold because she wants to find the person who killed all of her tribesmen during this incident. And he just wants the gold because he's broke as fuck. And he's apparently his name is Sugimoto the Immortal because he survived a shit ton of battles during that Russo-Japanese War. And this is a really violent manga. Like, really violent. Like, I think in, like, the first 5 chapters, a dude gets, like, eviscerated by a bear, and some other dude gets his face clawed off by the bear. And then,
The Revenant.
Yeah. There's lots of wild animals shit. It's like a lot of wilderness shit in this manga. There's lots of fighting between humans, but there's also lots of animals will fuck you up. Mostly bears. Bears fuck a lot of people up.
Okay. Found a bear, apparently, is the author.
And for some reason, there's a whole lot of references to cooking, and it's weird, and like it's a lot. It's frequent. It's really, really constant, and some of the shit seems good, but it seems really out of place in the manga where dudes are getting bayoneted in the face and stuff like that. But I totally pimp this manga to all of you. Get your hands on it. Give it a read. It's like, how many chapters is it so far? It's like 48 chapters. It updates every week. Get you some. Yeah.
Okay. So lots of bears.
Yeah.
Bears and wolves and boars and all kinds of shit. And also lots of people getting stabbed in the face and eviscerated.
Okay.
And they're detailed about it in the artwork.
Actually, I think about it, I have a couple things to recommend as well.
All right.
I'm going to recommend the manga Fire Punch.
Wonder what that could be about.
Basically, it's a kind of a... It reminds me a little bit about Berserk in some places, just how grim the setting is. Basically, in the setting, there's these people that have like they're gifted, they have abilities, and the main character and his sister have the ability to regenerate. However, there's a whole spell cast over the whole world, and everything's frozen, and it's eternally winter. So him and his sister are the food source of the city because they can grow back their limbs
Ew.
of their small village. And then somebody comes to their village and finds out everybody's cannibals and then promptly burns it down with his ability, which causes you to burn until you die. The main character gets that ability put on him, and he can regenerate. So he is eternally on fire. And so he has to learn to control his regeneration thing, and 8 years pass of him just being on fire eternally and on pain until he can finally compose himself. And he's wandering around the world, and he's on fire, and it's a big flaming dude, and it's pretty awesome.
That sounds really freaky. I think I'm gonna read it just for that.
That sounds harsh.
So he's like Human Torch, only he feels the fact that he's on fire the whole time.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, I'm still more obsessed about... I mean, they were actually eating these guys, the village.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He chopped off in the very beginning, in the very first chapter, he chops off his arm, and he's like, okay, well, and then they go around the village, and they're just stopping by the old grandmas and everything, and depositing baskets of arms and legs. Yeah.
That's pretty fucked up.
Yeah, it is. But it's a really interesting type of thing for that power to be used like that. He eats a soup made from his own arm meat. It's really weird. I'm also going to recommend on the lighter side, in the vein of the subgenre of, hey, I died and I'm going to reincarnate in this other. This guy dies and he reincarnates as a sword.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Is it a big sword?
He's a sword that can evolve, so the more things he kills, the stronger he gets. And I find it kind of fun. Just I know telekinesis magic, so now I'm a floating sword that can go and stab things and get powerful. And that's my 2 recommendations.
Okay. All right. My recommendation is don't be an Impel downer.
Yes, I read this one.
I want to stab
that's a
the
great
person,
title.
I want to stab the person who came up with that title.
I want to hug the person who came up with that title.
Well, his name is apparently Liam of Ormond. It's a story on space battles. It is a one-piece self-insert fic, but not like any other self-insert fic that I've read ever.
Good, because I was reading some of the other ones and they're not so great, or I fall off them eventually. So yeah, go.
This one, self-insert. The protagonist is born to a mother who was a prisoner in level 6 of Impel Down.
Oh.
So, yeah, he's born. Magellan, the warden, if you're not familiar, delivers the baby. And runs it up the chain of command, what the fuck do I do with this baby? And the response is, it's the Marines, so sins of the mother, in this case, pass on to the son.
Kill it.
So, no, he just has to complete her sentence, which is 50 years. Okay. So he is sentenced to 50 years in Impel Down from birth for the crime of being born.
How dare he?
Yeah.
That's a great way to become a pirate right there.
Well, here's the thing. He is born in Impel Down, which means he is a child in Impel Down. So he grows up doing whatever he can to survive, so he becomes a snitch when he's young.
Ooh.
And befriends Magellan, who, one birthday offers him, if what would you want to do if you could do anything? And the self-insert says, I'd like to eat something that isn't glop, which is the food that they serve, which tastes worse than devil fruits, apparently. So Magellan brings him a nice meal of, foods, meats and pastries and,
Fruits.
Yeah, I think we got where this was going. Yeah.
So he ends up eating a devil fruit by accident because a prisoner that had a devil fruit died right before he ate it.
And as we all know, devil fruits can just appear anywhere as long as there's fruit.
Yep. And, because he has a devil fruit now, see, he's more dangerous, and you can't just leave him on level 1 when you have a devil fruit, because, it's too easy for you. You're not as punished as you would be otherwise. So they throw him into level 2. And then it basically continues in that pattern from there on.
Deeper and deeper into Impel down until
he stays on the floor until he starts adapting to it, and then they decide to throw him into the next one, so he keeps suffering.
And then Luffy's going to appear and break him out, probably.
Not quite. Yeah, I like this because it is miserable. Like, throughout the whole thing so far, it is just miserable. It is...
Thank you.
It gets worse, the story, is how I've seen one reader put it. And I like this in particular as a self-insert story because it gets so bad that the self-insert forgets that he's a self-insert.
There we go. Okay, I want to read this.
He goes
now.
through so much shit, he forgets who he was before being put in the One Piece universe.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually like that premise a lot.
Alright. I recommend this based pretty much entirely on the Impel Down arc, which finished recently and is doing other stuff now. Not so keen on the other stuff he's doing now, but the Impel Down stuff is good enough that it is worth reading based just on that.
Alright.
It is that good. So, that's my recommendation. Go on.
People said that my stories were dark. Too dark for the One Piece setting. Honestly.
Well, in fairness, you were doing dark in parts that weren't particularly dark. Impel Down was always kind of fucking dark. So, it kind of fits there and only there. So... yeah, so that's my recommendation for this week. I think that's pretty much all we got for this episode. If anyone got any last minute things they want to mention or shout out? Anything?
There was another story I was reading recently that was really good. I can't remember the title, so I'm
Okay,
just going to save that for next week.
Yeah, don't just blow your load on all of your recommendations. That was it.
I saw the trailer for Battlefield 1, and I am interested.
Battlefield 1?
Yeah, they're doing a World War I Battlefield.
Oh.
Which is kind of cool because nobody else goes there.
Well,
I'm
actually,
intrigued.
Sniper Elite did that. But
not like a lot of people don't go there. Most people just do World War II. That's what I'm saying.
But isn't that all just sitting in trenches waiting for something?
pretty much. But
And toxic gas.
Oh yeah.
yeah, there's a very famous Wilfred Owen poem about that. I'm very familiar. To the point where I can quote it, but I won't.
I could probably quote it too. It's kind of not cool.
Yeah.
So
I'm
World
War One wasn't the first battlefield. I don't think they should call it Battlefield 1.
Well, that's what.
Well, there never was a Battlefield 1 before this.
Oh, did they just call it Battlefield 2?
There was I think it had like a subtitle where they did they did World War II and they did other things, but they never actually had a Battlefield 1.
I don't know how I feel about that. Okay. But your recommendation is watch the Battlefield trailer.
It is interesting.
I will look at it right now.
Okay. In the meantime, I will end the episode. So, I would like to thank everybody for listening to the Fandom Flux Podcast episode 1 through 1. If you'd like to get in contact with us, you can do so through the YouTube channel through comments. Please donate on Patreon if you feel so inclined. Once again, I'd like to thank everybody for listening to the Fandom Flux Podcast episode 1 through 1. Bye now.
Bye. Oh, yeah, cavalry still existed.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Tanks were the big invention of World War One, right?
Yep. And there were planes.
Cavalry and biplanes.
Very rudimentary planes, yeah.
Which is going to be fun.
Oh god, people have enough trouble using aircraft in Battlefield games. Jesus Christ, I can't even imagine.
Horses versus tanks, man.
Okay, so, yeah. Bye.